Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Haul O'Clock! With not one, not three, but two packages from Bricklink.com, including what is a vital package for the build that we're currently doing. Oh yes! Yes, so these orders cover a lot of different projects, but the most important one of all was something that has, well, just become a project essentially, and that is to do with our lovely new Where Are My Pants store, which is based on Brick Artisan's bags and apparel store, and basically I thought, well, it wouldn't really be, how do you get in this thing? It wouldn't really be a Robin Hood Bricks build if it didn't have an absolutely colossal and funny 3D sign on the top of the building, would it? So I got to designing, and what I created is magnificent. So basically, I looked through my collection, see what parts I had that I needed to make that sign, and there weren't many. So yeah, I've done an order from a store that had not one, not two, not some, but all of the parts that I still needed for that build. So that is what I did and got it post haste. And I've got to say, the vendor was absolutely fantastic and understanding. Nick, thank you very much for all your generosity, because another seller on the last brick haul we did actually let me down in that they sent the wrong brick. They sent me loads of 1x2 Technic bricks with a hole in rather than with the X in that I need for my space station that will be sticking to the ceiling of the Lego room in due course. And after this was all packed up and ready to go, I said, oh no, somebody else has let me down. I need some of these. You've got some. Let me send you a second payment. And Nick just said, no, I'll just throw them in. Don't worry about it. So Nick, you are a credit to the hobby. Here is your Bedoing. You are a legend, as I said in my email back to you. But yeah, so that's what those are for the space station. But also for having an absolutely amazing store with all this good stuff in it, as well as the pieces I needed for that project. So let's get to all of them. So I've got the most important part for a ghosty, given that I used all of my ones on the recent Ghost Train. And I saw this, I thought, well, it's easy to get the sort of white body, I hope, from my collection existing. So yeah, I'll be able to make a ghost somewhere else, maybe in a tower in the castle or something like that. So that's very good. And that's a glow-in-the-dark one. It's always very hard to show you in front of filming lights. But yeah, I can tell it is just by the sort of off-white colour of it that you can probably see. So that's really good. That came in quite a few sets, actually. Though you've got to be careful if you're getting a glow-in-the-dark one or not. But the glow-in-the-dark one came in 75904, the Mystery Mansion from 2015, amongst others. That was a Scooby-Doo set. Okay, Shaggy. That's my impression there. I'm not doing it again. I'm kind of regret doing it the first time. Anyway, here's some more parts. That's actually a replacement part for that diving support vessel that I made ages ago, because I just used two smaller ones and always had my eye out for a slightly bigger one to do it more structurally soundly. But anyway, oh no, there's a really interesting piece that I haven't seen before. Check him out. He's rather fantastic. So this was a bit of an extravagance, given he was sort of £2 or something. But I figured, you know, in a huge undersea cabinet like mine, you'd probably need as much variety as possible. So this fish is either called Flounder or Fabius, I think. It was in two sets. Including 43225, the Little Mermaid Royal Clamshell from 2023. But I don't know if that's just his name, Flounder, because this definitely isn't a flounder. That's one thing I know. They're kind of flatfish, and they is ugly. I don't know much about fish, but that I do know. So yeah, hopefully that's just his name and not an attempt at a flounder, because they've got it wrong if it was. So he's very cool. I like him. Probably just have one of those. This piece I bought before, just because I think it's really bright. I mean, it's kind of nice to get the piece anyway, because you always need those when you're building white buildings. But yeah, I always think this calendar is a very, very pretty one with a nice sort of panda on it. Should go on the inside of a Chinese restaurant or something like that, or anywhere else for that matter. But that is really nice, I think. And that came in the Stephanie's House from 2017, set 41314, where it's inside the bedroom. There we go. So that goes there. Then I've got one more torso for my castle scene. This is a relatively hard to get one with the lion head with the crown on. There's all sorts of different variations over the years with this. But this is a very nice one that I found quite hard to get. Anyway, so that is one of the Royal Knights. They've all got slightly similar names. And that came in 8 sets, including 6036 Skeleton Surprise, 1995. I wouldn't have thought that was too much of a surprise in a castle to find a skeleton in its basement. But anyway, so that's that. Now, we're seeing the first of the parts for my 3D signs. I'm not going to spoil that by telling you what it is, but it kind of comes in 2 halves. You'll probably be able to guess it. Guesses in the comments section. But one half is in this lovely medium lavender colour. Well, I say lovely, but it is in this case. But usually it's not a colour I really go for. So we've got a couple of arches, a couple of studs on the side sort of pieces and so on. These facet bricks are relatively hard to get in this red. I've had a bit of trouble. Therefore, some of the edging around the racetrack when I do that, because it's got to be red, white, and I wanted some diagonal bits. So that's a red section of racetrack edging. We've got, that's a really good piece. All in all, or all in all, I don't know, all for one for all. No, it's basically an advert, I thought, for my racing scene as well. It came in a set 8423, World Grand Prix Racing Rivalry from 2011. That's quite a tongue twister. I got it right, though. So, yeah, that is the very dangerous fuel that has been created by what looks like a mad Peugeot. By the looks of things. So yeah, it's very dangerous fuel for race cars in the Cars 2 movie, I'm led to believe. Not that I've seen it. But yeah, it's just clearly a racing oil brand. So I like that a great deal. And I'm going to try and put that on one of those kind of bridges that go over the top of a racetrack. And therefore, I think I need more than the one that I've just got. But it's very nice. Let's have that near the front as an interesting piece. Then we've got another one of these windows with what I think of as a chrysanthemum on the middle there, getting as many of those as I can so I can just use them in a tall building, maybe as a facade for a hotel. We got that hotel 2x6 recently as well, didn't we? Maybe that can go on it. It kind of ties in with the one on the recent Monkey Kid set, you know, the big city with all the different little sub-builds, and there's a chrysanthemum type hotel there. So basically maybe I can make a much bigger version of that. So that's the plan with that. And we've got a head. Is it the right one? It is. Ha! It's Murloc's head. So this is pretty rare with the raised eyebrow and the nice beard. And that is to finish off the Murloc that I pieced together from the Book of Knights, which is a great big book, hence the name. With, I don't know what it's about. Well, it must be about knights, I suppose. But that finishes him off. Apart from the big beard. The big 3D beard with a knot in it, I've decided to leave off because I just think this unique head to this guy is really quite cool. So I want to keep it in view. And also that beard masks the fact that he's got a memory stick on his little necklace there, which sort of suggests maybe that Merlin, or Murloc as he's here, is somebody from the future. Because that's one of the theories, you know, for the conspiracy theorists, that Murloc or Merlin was actually from the future, and that's why he was amazing at magic. So yeah, that's a good theme I kind of like to continue in my castle scene. So I think that hat, though, is a bit boring, given now he hasn't got that great big beard. So maybe we can give him this slightly updated blue hat with the hair and make him really interesting. So yeah, grey hair, white eyebrows, does that work? Yeah, I think it kind of does. Anyway, so that's him. So the final piece of that, it's always satisfying when you get to the end of a minifigure that you've kind of been buying all of the bits for, and you know, you complete him because he was quite expensive, but not in parts. So very nice. So I've got more of these. I've been buying these every time I see them because you can get them on Lego Bricks and Pieces, but they're about £1.50. So I basically put that in the notes on Bricklink, and then whenever I see one that's more like sort of 40p or something like that, I think, ha, because it's well, I used one for that ghost that's sort of following around the ghost train getting donked, and I think it's going to be really useful in loads of places. So there aren't many of them around, so I just buy them wherever I see them. Another trans clear piece is this flamboyant looking goldfish in a bowl with a lovely castle on the other side, and that is from the Pinocchio minifigure from the Disney 100 minifigure series. And that can go on a windowsill somewhere, maybe in one of my building facades or something like that. Just, you know, a goldfish bowl, yeah, on the sill, looking very normal, just as a bit of interest. So I like that piece. Didn't really want the Pinocchio character, because what on earth am I going to do with that? So there we go. More of these crystal things, just because last time I was very impressed with them. I thought if I'm going to have a sort of cave as part of my deep underground scene with loads of these shards going everywhere, I'd probably need a few more. I really like them. They came in 3 sets, including 71771, the Crystal King Temple from 2022, which looks rather fantastic. Maybe I should do some sort of base down there, I don't know. But yeah, these are just absolutely great. They go with those sort of dinosaur characters with a smaller version of this as a sword, but I think I might have it as the base for all my Cyclops army or something like that. But they are just lovely in this trans pink. There's 2 more colours available as well, but I kind of like the pink best. I think I'll just go for 1 colour of that. Then we've got some more of these windows with the newspaper on, which I think are just going to be really good for doing upstairs, or maybe just sort of disused buildings by the docks, and it's always hard to get many of them. And this type, there's a lighter type that's on kind of a tan tile, but these are on the dark trans brown or black, depending on the timing of it. I think it's trans brown now, what it's called, this one. But they came only on 1 set, which was a 75810, the upside down from 2019. No, wait, the downside up? Yeah, one or the other. Anyway, so we got 3 of those, and that is great. That'll be really good for a base near the harbour, I think. And we've got a great big bag of tan stuff. Now this is actually for my monorail system. I'm raising it up a little bit, just a sort of brick and a bit. I think it's a brick and a plate. So basically I need loads of bricks and plates to raise it up a little bit. And I'm making it slightly wider apart so the cargo train can get through it without sort of just touching it by hair's breadth, and it will just give me a bit more tolerance. So I need some horizontal cross supports as well. So that is what all of this tan stuff is. It's pretty boring, but that is vital. Now there are 2 bits hidden in here that are not for that. I'm assuming the other one's in here on the back of one of these. I've got one of these with a sticker on somewhere. We'll have a look for that. But I can't see it in there. Yep, I can. Haha, I thought I saw it in the bag, you see. All right, so we've got 2 interesting stickers here. We've got this one with The Grim and what looks like a sort of wolf character and a circle on it. And that came in a Harry Potter set, 76396, Hogwarts Moment, Divination class from 2022. Divination being the, seeking of knowledge of magical origins or something. And that set has Mon Mothma, of course, trying to magically warm up a pot of tea so Harry Potter can move some Lego stickers, presumably. Yeah, and I don't think I'm going to need to move this one because, it's printed. There we go. I was going to say it's perfectly aligned, but yeah, it is brilliant. So I didn't think that was too Harry Potter-y for me to use, and it could just go to anyone who is, looking at something grim. So that's quite nice. And then this one, this 2x4, kind of looks like a movie poster to me. We've got all the sort of Ninjago style houses in silhouette and the mountains in the background, but the sky is black, and above is the horrible face of Garmadon. You know, I kind of want to get a Garmadon army because he's so cool. I don't even have one, but yeah, they aren't as cheap as you might hope. So at least when I'm collecting like the foot soldiers from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they're about £1 each. If I'm collecting an army where they're sort of £5 plus each, then yeah, that's not going to go that far, is it? Anyway, this one came from 70643. The Temple of the Resurrection from 2018, which incidentally is where the window came from, which I probably forgot to tell you, but there you go. So that is a very nice piece. I like that. I think that will need slightly centering, and I will use some hot tea, just like Harry in that set, to do my patented hot tea technique. And then the thing that you might have noticed first of all when I was tipping all that out is 2 more of these great big orange girder pieces. And that takes my total up to 4, which is what I was going for. And that's so I can make either a replica of my grey bridge that was going across Brick Bay, with 2 of these kind of on each side of the track, for, another place, but probably not for a bridge across Brick Bay, because I'm going to use the blue rails for one and those big red Duplo pieces for the other. So what have I bought more for? Well, I don't entirely know, but I've kind of always wanted them, and I saw them and I thought I would get them. And there's all sorts of ways I could use them as some sort of structure, as an alternative, basically. So 4, I think, is a good number. And you can even put them sort of end to end like this to get rid of the diagonal and make it look very sort of strong and sturdy. Could be to support something, or it could be on the side of a building or whatever. So those are all my ideas for those so far. We've got 4 of them. Maybe I'll need more. But they only came on 2 sets. including the 7709 Sentai Fortress from 2006, an XO4 set where they're kind of at the back of that base as part of the structure. They're also part of a Coast Guard platform, actually, where they were used horizontally. So that's another way to use them, actually, like that. You'd have to be careful where you were walking and balancing so you didn't fall into the sea. Anyway, let's put those right at the very back. Nice bit of colour there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't knock over Robin, right? Then we've got a bag of grey. Looks like he stores, well, or she, Nick. I don't know if Nick is a girl Nick or a boy Nick, but anyway, stores by colour. But we've got loads of grey frames. And it's just because I've very provisionally started buying for the new expanded Space Tower, and that's in dark grey, so I haven't got any of these frames. So yeah, there's some. I'm definitely going to need that many. And a few more plates for my train ballast. Yeah, I got absolutely loads of stuff for loads of different things while I was there for the sign pieces. This is, I'm not going to tip this out, this is also for the train ballast because I was down to my last one of these, literally one left for the section that I'd done. So this should last me, I don't know, another metre or so, do you think? I don't know, maybe not even that. It's amazing how much you have to go through. So we've got a bag of those. We've got more pieces to extend my marina. The edge of that has this sort of corrugated palisade brick in grey. And I found the cheapest grey bricks are basically these 1x2x2 ones. If you use loads of them like that in a row, then essentially it's the same as having loads of 1x-somethings on top of each other. Yeah, so it's just maybe less structurally sound, but a lot cheaper. So that's why I've done that. This bag is old grey. A while back I got one of these really large 12 long arches. And I thought, well, I'll probably need two, whatever I do, sort of one for each side of the arch. So, yeah, I got a second one. I don't know what they're for yet, but something castle-y. I do know what these are for my approach to the castle, or a slipway, or both. I keep buying them, absolutely loads of them now, but I'll probably still keep buying them. I think I need a bit more. They came in 3 sets, including 6405, the Sunset Stables from 1992, a Paradisa set, where they were a roof, which is another way of using them. You could even use them on the side, kind of like that, as kind of facing or, you know, something against the bottom of a rocky slope to sort of keep it in check or something like that. But I'm going to be using it as a pathway. And then we've got loads of blue stuff because, do you remember me saying on the new marina, I'm going to try and do that base plate, then plates, then tiles, so you can get all the interesting colours. Underneath the tile, sort of see-through layer. So I'm going to need loads of blue. And that's why I got these. So I'm getting the cheapest sizes available, so I can get as much as possible for as little as possible. And so we've got loads of 6x6 plates here. And then, ooh, golly, we've got absolute load of different stuff on this bag. Wow, check that out. We've got, let's chip it all out here, loads of 1x-whatevers, 1x8 mainly, and loads of 6x8s as well. So this should be enough almost to do that entire marina area. And I'm hoping it'll look really good. And it's a good sort of size. I mean, it's really quite big, the marina. And then we'll be able to tell if it's good enough to sort of bother doing that level of detail somewhere else, because it is quite expensive to buy all these additional pieces, even though these are sort of, you know, 6 to 10p each. It's not so bad. But if I want to do that across the entire frontage of ocean, then it's going to be very problematic indeed if I if it's not very good, essentially. So I'm going to check out how good it is first of all before I really commit to it. And the marina is kind of distinct from that entire long front. I mean, that's going to be crazy, especially in the harbour, isn't it? So this is good. Medium azure fish, which are very rare actually, which is why I've got this one here. They only came in the Series 18 Cat Costume Girl from 2018. And, well, they're usually about £1 or something because of that rarity. But whenever I see them for less than that, considerably less than that, I buy them because, well, who's got loads of medium azure fish? Me? Well, no, I don't either, actually. I've got about 4, I think. But I've got more than most people, so that's good. Oh, here are some of the other parts I needed for my 3D sign in medium, dark azure, which is a very nice colour. I think you'll agree. So that's a contrast to the medium lavender. So we've got more curvy slopes and stuff in dark azure. Very nice. Some black plates. Yeah, I think they are for that sign, actually. the top of a treasure chest, but the flat type, that's not for the sign. That's for some of the deep sea. Orange tiles, plates rather. They are for my undergrounds down in this heap kind of, because I've got that orange grey stripe as the sort of kind of patterning for the system. I'm going to put that on every single stanchion now. Some barred windows, just keep buying these, love them for the old town. I'll just throw them on there. And that now, it's just a tile. I get tiles whenever they're really cheap because, why not? Essentially, if they're cheap in Lego, I am going to go through them at some point. There's the bracket for the sign. And, another one of those fish. I've got even more medium azure fish. I mean, they're just gorgeous, aren't they? Fantastic. Very nice indeed. Add to the variety. We've got about 6, 7 different colours now. Another one that's really rare is the sand green one because it only came with the Ice Fisherman or something like that. And here we've got another sticker piece. It's just from set 7208, which you'll know is a fire station, the one from 2010. I didn't buy this for the sticker, actually. I bought it because the tile is worth 5p here, and usually it would be 10p if it didn't have the sticker on. So what I'll do is I'll take off the sticker, bin it, and then I've saved myself 5p. Because I've already got this number plate on one of my taxis, one of my many, many taxis. I have a list just to make sure I don't duplicate any number plates illegally. Yes, I am that attention to detail, so probably compulsive you'd probably call it. But anyway, yeah, so that is just because it was cheaper. So there we go. Now that is the first package, and although it's got some real gems in it, it was mainly for this sort of relatively small heap of parts I just needed. Toot sweet. But they have arrived and look perfect, so I can get building that this Friday to finish off that build and get it into my city. I think it's going to be fabulous and funny. Kim got back to me after the first part and said he really enjoyed that part and was looking forward to the second, so it's all good so far. Cool, right, okay, so that's that heap. Let's get on to the second package, which is a lot smaller and from a lot further away. This is from Denmark. So why did I go to Denmark? Well, I was just looking at certain things that I'm kind of addicted to, and they had one that was, well, very reasonable, including postage. So I thought, yeah, go on then, what else have you got in your store? And it was what else they had in their store that really sealed the deal. So, the what else did they have in their store was this. A shield that I just cannot get in the UK, definitely not in any quantity. And they had 3, which is the sort of number that I try and get of everything. So all of my factions of knights, have 3 members, the sort of main knight and maybe 2 of his squires or something, or a spare or whatever it might be. And they're these ones with this Raskus monkey from the Knights Kingdom 2 sort of line. And they're just very nice. And it's dark green on what is, I think, not white. I think it's very light grey, and that is a colour that we do not see very often at all. Not that that's particularly relevant, but anyway, they're just really nice with the sort of gold colouring and all the rest of it. They came in only 3 sets, including 8874, Battle Wagon from 2005, and these are just minty fresh. Look at that, they look great. So I'm very, very, very happy to have them. So I was looking for them, and the fact that this person had 3 of them, and had a X-Man Sentinel, all the parts of. So let's just see if we can see the really important ones. Yeah, there's the head look in there, and there's probably a chest plate in there and so on. And as you may know, I've been collecting these kind of addictively for a while, and I've got 2 already made. So there's the first one, the original Sentinel, and then there's the second one. And I had to get that so I could use the second Sentinel head. And that one came with the Marvel Series 2 Wolverine character, of course. It was sort of sliced one up, but I thought I'd put that on there, so we've got a pair. But what's better than 2 Sentinels? Well, 3 Sentinels, of course. So, yeah, this will be my 3rd one. I'll build that for the end take. And I've just got a problem really, haven't I? So there we go. That's why I needed that so desperately. And I'm aware that there is a new set now, of course, the X Mansion, set 76294, which has a bigger, new and improved Sentinel in it. But I don't think it's as good. I think it looks a bit more clunky. It's probably better scale, I suppose. I don't know, but I do like its kind of tentacle arm thing that it can use to grab things, because as I remember from the cartoon and Saturday mornings, it did have that. And I'm kind of interested as well because it's got more of the characters, and the Gambit one, for example, looks absolutely amazing. I think my Professor X in chair is better than theirs. See what you think. Here's mine, my Professor X. We've got a video on how to make this if you're interested. And then pan to Lego's one. Yeah, I think mine's better. Now, theirs, they do have him being able to pull out with legs, whereas mine's sort of a torso attached to that. But I think it's better because he was kind of tucked in. And this is a better scale when you compare it to somebody standing next to him, anything bigger. And it looks a bit ridiculous if you ask me. But anyway, so yeah, I'm not that interested in the X-Mansion as a building for my city, but Gambit, oh, how cool is he? And there's Jean Grey, and yeah, might have to get it, I don't know. But yeah, tentacle arms on these would be an improvement. So, right, I'm going to build that. And then the third and only other thing from Denmark, well, oh no, there's two things in here. So third and fourth was some... the last piece I needed for that Alien Conquest saucer. Do you remember I was just one of these short? But it's not that it's that rare. It's just that they happened to have it when I was doing the ordering. And these, which are the teeth pieces, but in this sort of shiny metal colour. And I saw in some of the old sort of castle sets that these were used on walls to make them kind of spiky, sort of on the ramparts. And they look quite effective, actually. So, yeah, they're quite hard to come by because they weren't in many sets. So they had them as well. So, yeah. When you see them, that's the time to buy them. So that is them. And if that wasn't enough for this week, I also bought a set because Amazon had it too low not to buy. And that was the set 60415, Police Car and Muscle Car Chase from 2024. And, well, I don't need another police car, but the muscle car. Oh, wow. That is seriously cool. And she can barely see over the bonnet, I think. It's almost like she needs a booster cushion. So I might actually put a 2x2 or maybe a 2x3 to take the steering wheel up a level in the middle of that. We've got the obligatory sort of trunk to put all of your stolen loot in. But that is just gorgeous. I love the pink trim on these wheels. Yeah, so I had to get that. As you can see, I probably need to put a number plate on the front and the back to suit my problem. Yeah, there's a space for it there. That'll be fine. But yeah, I had to get this lovely lime muscle car with the pink trim along the bottom sills as well. So that was important. But I didn't need another police car. So I decided to de-police it. And this is what I've achieved. It's still got a bit of a weird cockpit, like it's a supercar or something, but I've got rid of all of the neon yellow from in here and tried to make it consistent across. So we've got the grey layer at the bottom, then a double white layer, then I've just changed the front headlights from the sirens to yellow and so on. Not stuck the stickers on, and just gone to dark blue on the back there and so on. So yeah, I don't think that looks like a police car anymore. It almost looks like a Bugatti or something like that. So, yeah, I think I can use that now. So that's good too. So we have got quite a lot this week. We didn't get these two, but we did get two nice cars for the roads. Some lovely shields, flounder, sticker pieces for the racing and those vital red pieces, movie poster, all sorts of stuff for the sign. That is a fundamental reason. These two orange pieces on the top. We finished Murloc. We got a Ghosty. I mean, you can see why I went to this seller. And yeah, Nick, you are a legend. Thank you for sorting me out with those extra pieces. I'm going to build this Sentinel. So we've got 3 for the end shot. Very good haul. Well, usually I do my packages in the order that they arrive and were ordered, but in this case I've made an exception. The last ordered is the first opened, and that was for those parts for the Friday project, which is going to be great. Guesses for that in the comments section. I think your best kind of clue is the colours involved. Also the subject matter, if you think about where they're going on the roof of. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that one. The third Sentinel is all present and correct. Woo! He can do a dance move, splits, hand in the air to go at the back there. And maybe they should be a dancing troupe of Sentinel. No, that's a stupid idea, Robin. What are you talking about? Anyway, I think that was a great haul all in all. Very happy with my fish, amongst other things. These are the sort of sad things that I get excited about. Oh, and the shields. Lovely, lovely. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more awesome LEGO brick hauls. Do also subscribe to the main Robin Hood Bricks channel, where you'll be seeing all of these pieces used in the projects that I mentioned earlier. And if you value these channels, there are many ways in which you can support them. Do check out the links in the description below. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, as I said, I'll be doing the rest of my Where Are My Pants boutique. And then on next week, I'll be doing another brick haul. So until then, see you! Yeah, I shouldn't like these pink wheels as much as I do, but they are rather fabulous.